ho, 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 hey, ho, ho. What's going on, y'all? I'm just coming in here to kill a little time talking to my favorite people. Are you my favorite people? You might be. Why don't you stick around for a moment? We're going to talk all about it. How about that? Beau Nair right here. In case you're stumbling upon me, won't introduce myself. Bit of an outlaw cowboy figure, lover of all things, Benny Hill, Spice Girls, Rush. You know me. I don't fit a stereotype, but I think that's important. You got to model that for the rest of the world, right? You don't fit a stereotype. You just be yourself. Make it so your own name is the only label they can give you. Unlike that dirty whore down the street. Okay, enough about that. But, nice to have you here. Appreciate y'all. I can't possibly wave at everybody, but I can get a couple of you in with my little thumb. Oh, man. This is the same thumb I hitchhiked to your mother's house with. I didn't hitchhike in your mother. I hitchhiked to the moon. Y'all, have you heard my albums and my music? I hope you have. I do have a song called Hitchhiking to the Moon. I suppose I should clear that up right now. If you were hitchhiking to the moon, you're making a motion that it gives you a liftoff kind of a feeling. You know what I'm talking about? So anytime you're hitchhiking to the moon, your rocket's going to get there soon. That's kind of the gist of it. I like a good gist. I don't know about you. Fans of a good gist? Oh, sup, Tiff? Nice to see you. Stumbling on in after no doubt a hard night and a even harder morning. I had a hard morning in my lap. What's up? I got what your mother needs, of course, gaps and cracks. She needs a little fixing to the old gaps and cracks. I'm going to fix her a crevice, her gulch, possibly a couple of other things that she got going on down there, ditch. I'm going to fix her in the ditch. I don't know what that's. I don't want to be derogatory about it. Your lady parts. You might have some lovely lady parts. Hey, y'all, comment, ladies. Do you have lovely lady parts or believe that you do? Have been told by a gentleman maybe, oh, these are lovely lady parts. Let me know about it. We need to know who's dealing out here. And if you don't write something I see you go by, I'm going to know you might have some doubt about your lady parts. Listen, you might have to come to somebody that maybe not a medical professional, but somebody that goes by the name of Dr. Dragon Dick to come over there and check out the fortitude of your lawns. I'm just talking about checking out your lawns. I could do it on the camera, though. I might not get the smell test, but I can see if it looks like somebody put a stick of dynamite in an old Arby's vat of roast beef meat. What am I talking about? You don't need to know. I don't need to say it. It goes unsaid, right? I think it does. But it's as thick as a stack of old tuna cans and just as unwieldy in a hurricane. He also in the hurricane down there. Anybody making it through Hurricane Debbie? I once made it through Hurricane Debbie, but it had nothing to do with the storm. It had to do with me sitting on the bed with Debbie's friend, and her friend sitting next to me and looking over and saying, you know, true story right here. You know, Debbie's not wearing any underpants. I was like, this sounds like the start of a beautiful adventure that we three are going to have. And indeed, I was kind of the meat in a sandwich of ultimate proportions. It was pretty cool. I got to admit, I don't have that going on right now. But if you will, am open to the suggestion it could happen again. Anyhow, what are we talking about today? Oh, what's on everybody's lips? I'll tell you. Some penis is on everybody's list, but not just any penis. The penis of the guy pole vaulting. Y'all seen this? Oh my God! Guy goes to pole vault over, and his penis is so large it catches on the pole. Pole for pole, blow for blow. Jeff Beck, where are you? 'Cause we've ended his boners. Imagine that. I'm just saying. No matter what happened to that guy, no matter what happened, he already won the Olympics. You lose the Olympics by knocking the pole vault off with your penis? Now what you gonna do next? Use your penis for a pole vault? Come on, man. Wow. That's gonna happen later tonight when I meet with your mothers in what I'm affectionately calling the Beau Olympics. That's right. Gonna leave them bow-legged too. What's happening? Folks, Shaquille O'Neal, always good to see you here. I won't give you too much press, but when you come through and leave me comments, it feels pretty cool to know that a gigantic person like yourself is not too famous to have you got some spare time. Or maybe this is the most important time of your day. You do all that other stuff. I can't wait to see Beau Nair. I didn't tell you I was coming on live, but you must have some sort of alert. You won't be alerted to my presence? Well, I'll give you a little rub there. I ain't taking requests. All right, I'll touch my nipple just like that. Whoop. That's all you need. You don't need much more. Will I play a song for you? Of course I'll play a song for you. I'll play a song about my penis for you. It's a song I learned just for you. I'm making it up right now. I'm mooing like a cow. I gotta say moo. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm just waiting on these mushrooms to kick in, killing some time with y'all. It's not really killing time. I never kill my time. I spend my time. I spend it like cash. Woo! It's raining time on you. Y'all got to know, though, that your time's limited, right? It's all going to end one day, and you're going to be just done with the ride. So why not ride in style is what I got to say. Lay it down. Like Rat. Rat said to lay it down. I know you don't really know me. Stephen Piercy, I do know you. You're pretty awesome. Singing about round and round and all that kind of stuff. Lay it down. You're in love. Unlike that homeless guy where he was peeing all over the place, exhibiting some urine love, which I don't really think is good. You know, y'all, it's a tough thing to solve. How do you deal with all the people on the street? Can't sweep them up and dump them in the ocean. You can't get them to leave. What are they going to do? I say we bake a bunch of cakes and we make a party and we invite everybody to the party and we feed them cakes. It doesn't solve the problem, but why not have a party while we're waiting? Oh, man. You could have a lot of parties. Maybe if you lace the cake with something tasty. Everybody's on the shrooms and they don't realize it. And then we have a love fest in the circle of peace, like Ziggy Marley says. Or maybe it's the wedge of peace, like Sammy Hagar showed us in the pound cake. Pound the ground round in your pancake. Hey! Hey, good to see you, Susie Doozy. Oh, that's a great name, Susie Doozy. I bet you're a doozy, Susie. Were you the person that sang up to Wake Up Little Susie? Or was that, you have a problem waking up? Wake Up Little Susie? You Everly Brothers? That's kind of like your grandmother's age, right? Back in those days. Everly Brothers. Man, if you know who the Everly Brothers are, power to you. If you saw the Everly Brothers, you may want to set yourself up for a colon check or something like that. You know, you old folk gotta take care of the old body. Make sure nothing's breaking down. Oh, my prostate. What? Yo! It just got touched and tickled by a phantom. The ghost of prostate's past. Man, I sure doozy, said Susie. Man, I like people with a sense of humor. A good sense. It's not just the sixth sense. It's like the seventh sense. A sense of humor. Taste, touch, smell. Now, y'all can't smell me, but I smell terrific right now because I went outside and roasted down half of what I affectionately call a dog leg. Oh, man. Woo! Slice to the greens. That's right. Better than a slice to the loins. You know, they say a paper cut's one of the worst cuts you can get. I think on your loins is one of the worst places you can get a paper cut, right? You're trying to lick an envelope and it slips and you whoosh, hey! Be singing like Barry Gibb. Ha, 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 ha. These things happen when you mess with your lawns. You might smell like, well, flowers. Oh, man. You might taste like juicy fruit. Is that what you're telling me? I can almost imagine the taste and the smell. I don't even have to touch it. Yeah, that's the thing. You think about doing things. Well, should I do this? Should I not do this? Just imagine that you did it. It's just as red as the memory, right? You can do that with anybody. I'm like, remember that time that I jerked off on Margaret Thatcher's chest? Oh, man, that was just a day. You know that never happened. And I don't want that to happen. I use that as an example. Why is that the example that came out of my lips? I don't know. I could have said something about somebody contemporary, but it might not be tasteful. So I talk about people that are dead. What are they going to do? I don't know if there's not enough Margaret Thatcher fans to really care. Give the Iron Lady the Iron Giant. What? Big Ben coming through Westminster Abbey. Oh, fucking ham palace. That's right, I fucked a ham in the palace with my phallus. I knew you'd like that. A little rhyming for you. Rhyming in your hymen. That's right. Oh, Maggie. Yeah, her and Ronald Reagan, man, they didn't do so much good. People at the time were like, "Huh, Grandpa." He was like, "Ketchup is a vegetable for your school lunch. Eat that, motherfuckers." And we were like, "What? I thought you were supposed to be cool." Unfortunately, he succumbed to his wife's oral tendencies. Yeah, if you know about Nancy Reagan, you know about her early days and the throat muscles she must have had to handle the bell ends of all the movie lights. What am I talking about? I'm spreading rumors that may or may not be true. They're true. All right. Just telling you. Going outside for a break at work and I'm live. Shantasia, is that your name? You're awesome, man. What you working on? Tell me so I can tell you what to do when you go back in there. Don't forget the Pope. Tear down that wall. You know what happens when a Pope dies? Another one just pokes right up. There are people out there who genuinely follow the Pope for their moral teachings and stuff like that. And I mean, you got to have the compass of love and compassion inside of you, no matter what. You read the Bible, you're going to see things that are like, well, maybe I shouldn't beat my slaves. You cherry pick the Bible with your morality for the things that fit the need that you have from that book. But to say you get your morality from it is wrong. Same thing from the Pope. Pope can say a bunch of shit. I think people should never use wire hangers again. You're like, oh, whatever. Is there a moral issue with wire hangers? There is when it comes to using them to abort babies. Just saying, we not going back. You heard that lately, right? People talking, we ain't going back. I'm down with that. I'm built for the future. I'm a man from the past. I mean, I feel like I'm coming out of the 20th century, evolving into the future with you all. Feels pretty cool. I learned so much about people. The Berlin Wall, you're right. The Berlin Wall. There was a lot of people that were separated by that wall. When that wall came down, man, look at the footage of it. Those people were happy. Huh, my brother Hans. Pretty cool. They did a pretty cool thing. Taking a wall in the middle of the city down and letting the city reunite. Now you go to Berlin and maybe you listen to Jeff Berlin in Berlin. Has he ever done that? That'd be pretty cool. A bass tour of Berlin with Jeff Berlin. Do that kind of stuff, right? I don't know. The band Rooney could do a Mickey Rooney tribute and all that kind of stuff can go down. Kings of Leon, I don't know what they could do, but I know what I could do. I'm dying to come out and play for you all. Of course I am. It's hard to do. I ain't some big, fancy, rich guy with connections to the industry. I'm just a man making the music and the comedy that you love. And coming here to connect with you and just chill out. Chill the fuck out, as people like to say. I like to say it all the time. But I'm here for a reason. And I do need your help. You're right. What can you do for me? What can I do? What can Brown do for you? You heard that one? I bet you did, you diggity dog. What can you do for me? Spread my music around. Share it with your friends, people. Put it on at events with unsuspecting people and film their reaction. Maybe do a video to one of my songs, dancing and singing. If you got the guts. See, that's the thing, y'all. I got a lot of fans out there, but not as many have the guts. You go up and karaoke one of my tunes, you got some swinging nuts. You go and do a video like, you know, people do for other bands. Sing somebody's songs, put it on in the background and do a little dance. I dare you. I double, triple, quadruple dare you. I dare you all the way up the line. We'll head back inside, Shantasia. Have a good day. I'm around the California area, so you come find me. We'll take care of you after work, all right. I like to take care of my people. I mean, I could roll one for everybody, or I could roll an individual one for everybody, but then I'd be spending all my time rolling and not smoking. So I think I got to partner with a cannabis company to give me an unlimited supply of doobies. What do you think? You think that's a good idea? I think that's a good idea, too. Please tag Billy Strings. Tell that motherfucker I play the boogie boogie piano. Me and that guy could go off. Real, for real. Do that stuff. Do that to me one more time. That's right, Billy Strings. Let's do it. But what song would he do? Owner of a Lonely Boner? Harder than the Hardy Boys? A doobie in my pocket. Hey, Somebody said to me, Beau Nair, I got a doobie burning a hole in my pocket. I said, you shouldn't have lighted it before you put it in your pocket, man. He's like, no, I got it for later. I was like, oh, that's great. Then we took it out of the pocket, burned it down to the ground, Hindenburg style. You ever seen the footage of the Hindenburg? Oh, the humanity. Whoop. Burn the blimp. That's what we say. Doobie in my pocket. It's like Alanis Morissette said. I got one hand in my pocket. Woo! Y'all, I'm a big proponent of the cannabis and some of the psilocybin. You may have seen the video I put up about taking psilocybin at Disneyland and how that may or may not be a good idea depending on how cool you stay. And when I was at a younger age, I had a time when I took what Bill Hicks calls a heroic dose of mushrooms. And I was off, man. I was off and running. I was everywhere. It was cool, but I kind of let loose, a little too loose. Too loose to trek. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. And I went up in the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. It was back in that day. And then I lost my mind on the Wedway People Mover. Then I had wings. If you had wings, I didn't need to go on the ride. I just had wings. I felt pretty cool at the time. And somehow survived that. Got thrown out and snuck my way back into Epcot. And then they tried to throw me out of there. I was like, you're an Epcot. And that was it for me. So, Hindenburg, you were there for the hidden? The hidden what? What you hiding? Hidden Valley and the ranch? Okay. You can have a ranch with your Hidden Valley. Why don't you do it? I'm giving a wave to everybody that comes in. Oh, man. Mushrooms can make you snoozy if you take too many and you're really tired, but you got to take it in the right environment. Trust me, I'm an expert. Get yourself outdoors on a beautiful day. Get yourself enough water to drink. Get yourself some nice healthy snacks, maybe some fruits. Get yourself in a spot where you got some shade and it's cool and you're in touch with nature. And then eat of the fruit, of the mycelium. If you know what you're doing, you take enough. Don't just, I'm going to microdose. Don't be a pussy. Macro, all the way. And then you rip yourself apart from your ego. And then you give yourself an adventure for your mind. And you commune with nature. Even the very thing that comes from the connection of nature underground. If you know what I'm saying, I think you do. Woo! How about that? That's right. I said Dr. Dragon Dick. No medical degree needed to be called Dr. Dragon Dick. But don't look me up. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Cool, I will. I realize if you're watching this later, I'm answering questions that are going by too fast and you're not seeing the questions on the video. It's one of these things due to the paradigm and the nature of it that we have to deal with. It's like somebody's going to watch this later. And if there's a question that I'm going to answer, I have to read the question first and say something. And then you know what I was answering rather than just me going, yes, no, maybe so, my dick, my brain, in my eye, up my nose, and across my lip. I don't know either. It's just stuff come out. It's like that time I tried to get on Facts of Life and tell Joe I loved her. Have I been posting a lot? I've seen your stuff and then you wasn't and then you are again? I'm being throttled. Now, I try, look, I don't want to water myself down for anything. But on TikTok, they don't like me talking about the herbalism and all different stuff. You can't be too profane. And you know kids are going to be there. And I don't want to be an undue influence on the children. That's not my thing here. I'm going to talk with my people. YouTube, man, shut me down. I can't understand it. I also can't fight it. I mean, just going to make the stuff that I make. Instagram here seems to be where I've found the most traction and where my people have congregated. So I think I'm going to stick here as much as possible. Who knows, maybe in January, TikTok will be gone. This will be the only place we'll meet. That's fine. It works. Works for me to connect to you. Let you connect with me. Ask me some questions. You want a story? You want some sort of factoid about my life? Lost my virginity? Lost your virginity? Oh, found somebody else's lost virginity and returned it to the proper owner? So yeah, I post all the time. If you go to my feed, my whatever you call it, I'm just trying to navigate this and do the best I can. I'm not some sort of technologically educated person. I just am educated in the ways of life and love and appreciating beauty out there, and cannabinoids and different things like that. Concert that I want to see. I'd love to see Spice Girls reunite. I really would. I'd be at that show like screaming all with the girls and probably get myself some sort of Spice Girls merchandise. And man, just to see all them girls take the stage and Emma, now they're the Spice Women. Like Boys to Men just became men. Just the Spice Women. I'd see the Spice elderly women in 30 years. I'm fine. You're a Luddite, screw tech, until we're on our phone talking to each other across the mile. I'm a Luddite about certain things. I grow my food out back, have my chickens poop my eggs out, and eat them myself. I take it down, but you can't ignore the modern convenience of being able to do this. I mean, come on, this is unprecedented. Can you imagine back in the day if Irving Berlin could do this? Guy Lombardo's talking to you across the miles. They could have only imagined. Seems like science fiction. Here we are, taking it for granted. You ain't gonna give it up because you ain't gonna give me up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Ooh, give you a little Rickroll. Just a little tickle of it under your taint. You made your own bread. That's good stuff. I tried doing that for a while, but then I kept eating all the loaves that I was making that were okay, and I never got to making the great loaves because I ended up getting sick of bread. But sourdough starter can go a long way to making pancakes and other biscuits and stuff. So, maybe I'll do sourdough starter again, but I'm trying to cut down the carbs so I can keep my rugged figure. I don't need to be a big fatty. I need to smoke a big fatty. Apple is invading your conversation. You miss rotary dial phone. I missed that too, but that taught me an important thing about fingering. Take it for what it's worth, but 8675309 got me more than Jenny, if you know what I'm saying. I think you do. I'd like to invite anybody that's tuning in here to come on and follow me and do the things that we need to do. I got some merchandise up on my website, beaunair.com, if you want to support the cause. I ain't coming at you with the hard sell because, look, you know what you want to do. You want to wear yourself a cool Beau Nair shirt, get a cool mug. You fucking come my way, and you take care of me, and I'll take care of you. You see me in public somewhere, and I'm going to do that sometime. I'm going to pop up somewhere in Hollywood or whatever and be like, anybody that shows up, I got a little present for you in my pocket. I tried that before. I stood outside of Cantor's Delicatessen, smoking out. Nobody came down. People were like, I'm too far away. I'm like, I can't help you. Then I got a bag of that thing they called the Rugaluck. Man. I know it was just how high I was, but man, I ate that Rugaluck like it was nobody's business. And guess what, Tony? It tasted like raspberry. Imagine that. I'm talking to you. Yes, Susie Doozy. I do have some merchandise because, look, I got 9 albums out. I don't got them pressed up on vinyl and stuff. You can hear them on any streaming service. Appetite for Seduction, Dark Side of the Moonshine, Bonanza, Bonafide, Mr. Bo Dangles. Come on, Truth or Nair, Nairly there. And Life is Beautiful, my last double album that I dropped out there. I got new songs coming, y'all. Oh, I got them already done. I'm actually in talks about a huge video that's going to put me in the middle of a lot of people that may be half naked or completely naked. I'm going to see how that feels to be flanked by people who didn't flank. You know what I'm saying? Think you do. All right. Be well, Susie Doozy. Fly like the Hindenburg. No, don't fly like the Hindenburg. Fly like it took off. Don't fly like it landed. How's that? That's what I'm saying. Yes, I think you know exactly what's going on. What else y'all got? I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'll answer your questions. You want me to play a song? Another song. Groove is in the heart. Groove is in the heart. Yeah, I play the guitar. I don't have a strap, so I don't have a way to hold it up and really play it in a functional way. I can kind of tell you a story about a girl I knew. That girl was a hooker through and through. She came into this world all alone and gave me her heart. And in the end, she left me with one big giant fart. Screw that hooker. All right. I'm just messing around, y'all. That ain't a real song. You know me. I'm going to write something a little more indelible than she's a hooker. I'm too stoned to remember anything. I forgot who I was before I got high. I don't know, man. I don't think weed ever affects me in that respect where I forget who I am. Mushrooms, on the other hand, I thought I was a jellyfish once upon a time. Woo! Am my baby coming back? The band Jellyfish, that's right. I thought I was all dressed up in crazy outfits and messing with albigalutin and stuff like that. Highfalutin with albigalutin. You heard that one about when I went in the elevator and there's a woman in there. And I walked up to her, I was like, "Can I smell your pussy?" And she was like, "What? Absolutely not." I was like, "Well, it must be your feet." Gets me every time. That was quite a smelly box. And the elevator stank too. Oh, well, I like seeing all these people. You tell me where you're all from, because that's another fun thing to hear about when somebody's like, "I'm in Amsterdam, whoa! I'm in Texas, ho! I'm in Alabama, yo! I'm dangling like Florida, yo! I'm up in Alaska, ow!" Come on, man. Tell me where you're at. Tell me where you're at, Chow Yun Fat. Let's make it happen. You ever see that movie Kung Fu Hustle? That's crazy one, right? Whew. You're right. That is Benny Hill back there. That album, Benny Hill, Words and Music, that's the least likely album to get laid to. I enjoy it immensely, but I ain't going to put it on when I'm in the middle of Peccadillo, getting down with somebody's ridiculous paniculus and getting my pudenda agenda into play. I'm from my mama. You are from your mama. I've been there, and I saw the skid marks when you came out, because I left the exact opposite pair heading right back in. Mississippi, San Francisco. You all had that rice-a-roni up there, right? The San Francisco tree. I got a rice cake on my bologna. I don't eat bologna. I don't eat that stuff. But, yeah, man, Mississippi. How is Mississippi nowadays? You got some interesting stuff happening down there. That's a state that's ripe for renovation. I think Mississippi steeped in the past, but in a way where it prevents it from fully evolving into the future. I think there's a beautiful future for Mississippi. I've had some amazing times in Mississippi. I've worried about the police presence in Mississippi. I have looked out for my colored brothers and sisters in Mississippi. I have helped to rescue some poor people that were in need of help in Mississippi. I have run naked across the beach when nobody was looking in Mississippi. That's right. Philadelphia. Oh, got the old cheesesteak up there. Listen, I don't eat the steak no more, but I went to a place that had a mushroom cheesesteak where it was like mushroom steaks instead of steaks. Freaking delicious. But the farts, man, holy crap. I like Philadelphia, man. The sound of Philadelphia, TSOP. Gambling Huff. You got to know your Philadelphia stuff. The freaking disco biscuits, man. Playing at the Grape Street Pub. You guys got to know your history in Philadelphia. Right? David Bowie live in Philly. A lot of great stuff happening in Philadelphia. Y'all, if you've never been to that city, there's some tremendous American history there. But the musical history is what I'm most interested in. I really am. Because I still listen to all that 70s Philadelphia stuff. And look, it influenced David Bowie. When you listen to some of the stuff like that he created, Fame and whatnot, that's Philadelphia influenced. If you know what I'm saying, I think you do. There's a reason why he put out a record live over there. What was it, the Tower Theater over there? Man, was the Centrum in Philly? What am I thinking of? I don't know, man. I had some times there. It passed on through. and passed on out a couple times. Oh, man. Where else y'all from? Where are you on your journey? Because where you are, when I say where you from, where are you currently at? Where you're from could be planet Venus, dangling your penis, just because it rhymes. Gets them every time. I'd like to know where y'all are. You're in your mom's vagina is not the answer. You're from your mom's vagina. That was a long time ago. If you're from there currently, that's weird. There's some weirdness going on out there. People are calling it out. I'm glad that they're calling it out. There's some very weird people out there. There's a certain kind of weirdness I appreciate where people are intentionally weird. It's the people that are unintentionally weird that I'm having a little bit of a problem with. And most of them seem to be hypocrites that project their own sexuality onto the rest of us. And usually it's something totally inappropriate and wrong. I project my sexuality upon everybody through my music in an honest way. I'm an honest broker of my own sexuality. So don't come at me, man. And no, I don't identify as a woman, even if I'm dressed as a woman. Guy can put on a dress now and then, can't he? Dress up for an occasion in a nice slip-on. I like to just go nude. Your mother likes to watch, so it's an important part of my agenda. Her day and mine. All right. You want me to leave you with a story? You want me to leave you? Or you don't want me, I can't stay in here all day. I got stuff to do. I got a story. It's pretty crazy, though. I don't know if it's the right venue to tell it. I might have to tell it on stage sometime. Well, yeah, I got to save a couple of things, man. One of these days, you're going to see me up there in the comedy store or something, have a little fun with people. I'm ready to talk to people in the audience a little bit. But I'm talking to you right now. You guys you're sitting there a little shy, like, oh no, Beau Nair's going to come at me. Going to start talking about me, saying all sorts of stuff. I say the good stuff, right? Like this guy here who just came on. Like, he's got a huge penis. Deal with it. It's like a reverse roast. You talk everybody up. Hey, that lady, she is tighter than a grilled cheese sandwich. You can barely get her finger in there when she's trying to get her finger in there. Hey, famous for fingering. Listen, y'all, I'm just trying to bring some light and love to your life, right? Just trying to bring a good time, remind you who you are. Fabulous, intense, underrated, and in need of something a little extra special. I'm that something today, but every day I want you to seek something extra special. And if it's me, cool, I'm here for you. And if it's me needing to fill your gaps and cracks, oh, well, that's something we can talk about. I'm just saying, I am Beau Nair. But I do gotta pop off here. Gonna have a little lunch and then prepare for the afternoon. Working on a tune. I can't tell you everything I'm doing, but it's gonna be cool. I got most of my next record done, but I think that I'm gonna focus on some individual songs to put out first before I put out a whole record, because the videos are what's gonna put it over the top. You're gonna see it. I can't hold back. You want me to do what? Granny is a squirter? We looked into doing that as a video, and it was honestly very hard to find a grandmother who could squirt with the velocity that I needed. A lot of really weak dribblers out there. Y'all better tell your grannies to get up on the Kegel exercises and get their muscles. I need a squirter, not a dribbler, right? I need a shooter, not a leaker. So tell Granny to start working it up. You might want to help her, you know. You lay her on her back and pump her legs. I don't know, do something like that. I've laid your granny on her back and pumped her legs. She pumped my leg too. And then I smoked a leg. Whoop! Of the dog variety. A dog leg. That's what we call it. Does you get the terminology right? You come up to me and say, Beau Nair, I got you a dog leg, and you pull out a big fatty. We're cool. You say, Beau Nair, I got a dog leg, and you pull out the actual leg of a dog. We ain't cool. I'm just saying I don't like cruelty to animals. I like people who treat animals in a nice way. And who animals treat nicely too, right? If you're a cool person, the animal's going to come up and feel that vibe. If you're not, they might bite you on the nasty. I'm I know that can happen. Oh, somebody named Gert. How about that? Gertrude. There's some names you don't hear like, Gertrude and Edith and Gladys and Paulette and I don't know, all these older names. It's nice to see a Gert come back. What's up, Gert? Is that Gert with the squirt in the skirt? I thought so. I like to rhyme just as much as I like to see somebody squirt. Name Gert in a skirt. All right. That's straight up the street for you from Beau Nair. One ton of mierda. Oh, 1 ton of mierda. 1 ton of mierda. Oh, man. I ain't built to sing that song right now. But the sentiment is there. 1 ton of mierda. You know what mierda is? If you speak Spanish, mierda's feces. I won't say the S word, but I'm trying to keep it clean here, talking about a big dirty pile of feces. 1 ton of it, actually, 2,000 pounds of fecal matter piled up. So when I sing that with a smile, it's meant to indicate that I'm laughing at exactly how much fecal matter 2,000 pounds is. Now, after last night's enchilada dinner, I felt myself burdened with what felt like at least 1,000 pounds of mierda. But luckily, it expunged itself in what am I looking for? A log flume ride at Disney World. You ever ride the log flume? I flumed it right out of there. Whoo! Sailed it on over to the 7 seas. What am I reading? Good question. You all know that I'm a book lover. I love to read. Sometimes I delve into a book for educational purposes, right? I want to read about something in history or somebody that's talking about something I'm interested in. I'm a curious guy. Sometimes I read books on music because I like to learn some things about different things that are musical. So I read a book on Chopin and one of the pianos that he had. It was a fascinating story, and it made me really appreciate Chopin and listen to them nocturnes by Rubinstein, and just amazing. If you're like, I'm not a classical person, go find Arthur Rubinstein, Chopin's Nocturnes. Put that on at a nice volume and chill out with that. That's a nice way to take your afternoon into a new place and in your face. Shout out to Nelly Style. What's Nelly Style? What am I doing that's Nelly Style? Is that the hot in here, take off all your clothes guy? Was that the Nelly guy? I don't know. My hip-hop knowledge is deep in certain areas, but not all the mainstream stuff, right? You're going to get me with the Cool Keith. You're going to get me with the Aesop Rock. That's right. And you're going to get me with the MC Paul Barman. You're going to get me with the Beastie Boys, of course. He's a baller dealing 3 ladies. Baller dealing 3 ladies. Sounds like Dave Dudley. Dave Dudley. Got a cute little gal in every eastern town from Boston to St. Louis. Dave Dudley, spreader of syphilis. I'm just kidding. I don't know that. But that whole song was about how he had these women all over the place. Couldn't even remember their names. Showing up all sweaty from a long truck drive, and there's this waitress waiting for him to come to town. Oh, man, I can't wait till Dave Dudley comes to town and lays that trucker dick on me. Whew. Put Nelly into a different level down there. But, hey, man, some people think that's being a baller. I look at that as being a little disrespectful to yourself. I mean, how many women can a guy share himself with? I'm going to break that record tonight when I'm showing up at the Tupperware party your mother's showing to show her what a tight seal is all about. Yeah, boy, I'm going to get it. And when I get it, I'm going to get it good. In the words of Wee Willie from Wee Willie and the Winners, get some before it's all gone. I mean, those are words to live by. I mean, we like to use moderation, of course, to temper ourselves, to not eat it all at the same time, but get some before it's all gone. That's right. That's what I'm talking about, Barry. Barry man. That's what I'm talking about. It's time to get some, y'all. I'm about to go outside and get some. I don't smoke out in the studio here. I like to leave the air clear and keep my vintage instruments and stuff in their nice shape in here. But when I step outside into my shady spot, take one of my chickens under one arm, light my doobie with the other arm, have a full-on conversation with my chicken. Hey! The topic of the day is... The topic of the day is actually macaque. That was the video that really blew it up for me. Crazy enough. I just put that out one day. Talking about macaque. Everybody went crazy for it. And I haven't done that in a long time because I felt like I did it. But maybe I need to do that more and bring the people back. Maybe that's all they love to me is my macaque. Got some t-shirts on my beaunair.com website. If you want to wear a macaque t-shirt, you could put macaque on your chest. You could put macaque on your mother's chest anytime. I mean, that's what it's there for. You might want an extra large macaque. I don't think I have an extra small macaque, but you might find yourself living in a large automobile. I don't know. Maybe you can't afford it. Hey, listen, man. I keep my stuff reasonable. I ain't trying to do anything but help you help me to help you by helping me. You get it? You understand? It's the reciprocal nature of life. It ain't a zero-sum game. It's about putting your love on the line, putting your love where it counts. In the words of AC/DC, let me put my love into you, babe. All right. Shoot the thrill. Way to kill. All right. Well, my name is Beau Nair. I'm out of here. I'm on the outskirts. But listen, y'all, thank you so much for hanging in with me, having a good time. And let's do it again sometime. And I'm put some videos up along the way. We'll have a good time together. Listen to my music and share it. That's my one request. Send somebody a song that they can laugh today and have a little bit of joy. I will shake you all night long. I will. Like an earthquake at a donkey farm. There'll be so much ass shaking. Put on my music. A little outer space. A little funky. Let my bass lines get in and wiggle up into your booty. Into both the voluntary and involuntary sphincters of your anus. That's where I'm headed with my bass lines. Just in case you were wondering, do I have any goals in life? It is to take my bass lines and wiggle your sphincter muscles. Okay, well, have a good time with your sphincter muscles, and I hope you can shake yourself all night long as well. My name is Beau Nair, and I'm here at your cervix. One more time. Ho, Beau Nair.